I'm at 2705 Hackberry Street doing a sanitary lateral inspection for the purchase of a home. Where this is a two-family. We're looking for any structural issues or root intrusion, anything that may be of concern to the buyer. We are entering the line through the main stack there, just at the base of the steps coming into the basement. There is a 3-inch line with a looks like a 3-inch clean out, and this is PVC, but I believe it will go into clay based off the age of the house. It should go into clay once it goes down through the floor. As you can see, there's the stack, and the basement steps come down here, and here's the stack. Looks like it actually goes into cast iron first, and then it's like old clay after that. It's just discolored. Clay is a normal material for this age. It actually almost looks like concrete, but this is all clay. It's going into larger line. This should be now making a right and going out towards the front of the house. Still, it's vitrified clay. Little tiny bit of hair, roots or something like that's very, very, very minimal. Looks like a little bit of just a piece of toilet paper or a wet wipe. I hope it's not a wet wipe. That's one thing that you do want to avoid putting down sewer lines. But that looks like that tore pretty easy, so it must have been toilet paper. Okay, so you can see that we dropped. You look at the bottom left-hand corner. It shows you that my camera shows you the angle that my camera is sitting at, and right now, so roughly 60 degrees. So we're dropping pretty drastically at this point. Based off of the placement of the house, it's not uncommon, or it's not. I shouldn't say that. It's just not strange to be able to get down to street level and then below street level, so that they can get all the way to the main. There is just a lot of buildup of a lot of old stuff that has come through the sewer line, and so should be able to see better when we pull back. So because I won't be pushing all this toilet paper and stuff along the way. So far in the line, it looks like it's in really good shape. All the joints are tight. Having that little bit of space where the camera was submerged, or probably wasn't even fully submerged, but just being under a little bit of water has to do with me kind of pushing the camera forward, and also that camera's only maybe a ½ an inch off the bottom of the pipe. And so for a 6-inch, this is at least a 6-inch diameter pipe here. That's normal. And so a ½ an inch of water in a 6-inch pipe is not. It's very, very normal. So far, this all looks really good, especially for the age. All the connections are nice and tight. No big offsets. Haven't seen any offsets or any cracks or anything. It's all looks pretty good. Looks like this, they were getting ready to turn down a little bit. Maybe should be getting close to the main. right on the main, or we're getting very close to it. Unless by chance we're already in it and it came in at a weird angle when I dropped straight in. There we go. So we have made it all the way out to the main. You can see the brick. If you look straight across, you can see the edge of the old brick main there. This is just running out on the shelf and dropping into an old brick sewer. So this has been here for a very long time. So we made it all the way to the main. I didn't really see any issues, didn't see much of anything to note, which is a really good sign. And so I'll try to, as we pull back, I will keep recording, but I think we'll be able to see a little bit better at this point. Pulling back so we're not pushing anything. But this line looks really good, especially for its age and being up here like this and higher than this street. Sometimes you'll see some separations on some of those turns, and it really looks really good. This all looks really good. I'm very happy. Like you can see on those joints, that little bit of separation, like where they're not even separation, where you can see just kind of the edge of the pipe. You can just tell it's kind of rotated in the connection, and that is how they would turn them. And I mean, it's just so. The fact that these have all stayed really tight, and there's no big offsets even from them just naturally turning the pipe sometimes leaves lips on the edge of the connections, and I don't even see any of that. So it looks really good. You have some buildup here at the base where it drops. And it looks like this is probably from where it's dropping in and like splattering. Because this is all, like I said, it's a very minimal amount of water. Half an inch. But what's weird is this almost looks like cast iron, like a small bit of cast iron, but I think it's just from all it's the buildup of, I mean, that very well could be a small piece of cast iron. Maybe it was replaced at some point, because it really does look like cast iron. So maybe this was a replacement done. The original line would have been clay, like it is mostly, but I do believe that is cast iron there at the bottom. So this may have been replaced at some point, probably in the 50s or 60s, or even into the 70s. That's about the only time they really used cast iron for that stuff. But it was all in good shape. It just looks nasty because it does rust. So there was probably a repair made long ago. The original material would have been clay, like I mentioned, and then they would have used, if they used that cast iron, it would have been in a pretty short window of maybe 20 years at the most, but usually those were used outside in the late 60s, early 70s was about the only time they really used cast iron outside a whole lot. But this line looks really, really good. Should be coming back into this little sideline coming into the clean out. And the only thing behind it when I went into the other line was just there's some floor drains down here in the laundry. So there's always going to be a few legs that we can't inspect just because of lack of access. But this is all the main line. And I would run some water down here, but the only way to do that would be to run the washer right now. But we are all the way back up and out of the cleanout. So that was a very good looking sewer for its age. Everything was flowing freely. The very minimal amount of like lippage at the connections. All the pipe was in really good shape. I didn't see any cracks or breaks. No roots. There was one little tiny spot where it had a couple little hair roots, which is nothing you can really do about that anyway. It would just be, something that you'd have to wait 5 or 10 years to see if that's even growing. So I am very happy with the condition of this sewer. There's like I said, all the connections are tight. The pipe material is all in good shape, and so it's all free flowing and in good shape at the time of inspection. So that'll end the inspection at 2705 Hackberry Street.